Arithmetic sequence. When a sequence has a common difference, or D, it is called an arithmetic sequence. There is a simple formula in which we can find the nth term of any arithmetic sequence. So once you determine that it's arithmetic, then this sequence will always work, this function. So the function is a sub n equals your first term, a sub 1, plus whatever your common difference is, d, times n minus 1. And n just being whatever subscript, whatever number term that you want to find. Okay, now this will also work if you're given two terms that are not a sub 1. If you're given, for example, a sub 4 and the a sub 10th term, just for example, then you could use the same formula to find your D, and then you can go back and find your A, and then you can find everything. So you would just say a sub 10 equals a sub 4 plus whatever your D is, and then instead of it being n minus 1, it's going to be 10 minus 4. So you can still use the same sequence even if you're not given your a sub 1 term. So we'll be doing some examples like both of these. For this first example, we want to find the nth term. So we're given a sub 1 and our d. Well, this one's going to be fairly easy. We just have to put it into our formula. A sub n equals a sub 1 plus d n minus 1. So if I put in what I know, a sub n equals a sub 1, which is 2, plus my d, which is 3, times n minus 1. And then I just distribute and simplify. And I have a sub n equals 2 plus 3n minus 3. Simplify further, a sub n equals 2 minus 3, which is a negative 1, so 3n minus 1. And that is your nth term. And then you can find any term. If I wanted to find the 100th term, just put 100 in, and there's your answer. Okay, and this next example, again, we are given a sub 1, and our d is negative 6. So just because my d is negative, it's still going to work out the same way. So I have a sub n equals a sub 1 plus d times n minus 1. Put in what I know. I know my a sub 1 is 7. I know my d is negative 6, so plus a negative 6, or just minus 6, n minus 1. And then I distribute here, negative 6n. Double negative, negative 6 times negative 1, which makes it a positive 6. So I am left with 7 plus 6, which is 13, and negative 6n plus 13. So that is my a sub n value. And then if I wanted to find the 1001 term of this sequence, then I just put 1001 in and solve. For this last example, we are given the a sub 4 and the a sub 13, and we want to find a sub n. So this one is like that other example, like that other way to figure out the nth term. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the biggest one and then set it equal to it. So a sub 13 equals my a sub 4, because a sub 4 is smaller. It's an earlier term, plus I know it's my d, but instead of writing n minus 1, I'm going to do 13 minus 4. 13 minus 4. And then I solve, put in what I know. So I know a sub 13 is 65, and I know my a sub 4 is 20, plus I do not know my d, so that's what I'm looking for first here. 13 minus 4 is 9. So now when I'm solving this, I subtract the 20. I'm finding d right now. So that's 45 equals 9 times d, divide by my 9, and d equals 5. Now that I have d, I can plug it back in and find my a sub 1, because technically I can't do anything until I find my a sub 1. So the second step, this is step 1. My step 2 is to find my a sub 1. So that would be a sub 4. You can pick either one of them at this point, because I'm just looking for my a sub 1, plus my d times whatever one I picked. So since I picked the a sub 4, I'm going to put 4 minus 1. If I picked my a sub 13, then it'd be 13 minus 1, but it's the same idea. So a sub 4 is 20 equals, I don't know a sub 1, but I know my d. My d is 5, because I already found that over here. And then 4 minus 1 is 3. So that's 20 equals a sub 1 plus 15. Subtract the 15 over, and a sub 1 equals 5. Now I have my d and my a sub 1, so step 3 is to actually find a sub n, which is a sub 1 plus my d times n minus 1. Alright, so a sub n, now we're back to what we did before. 5 plus 5 n minus 1, distribute in my 5, and a sub n equals 5 plus 5 n minus 5. So my 5's cancel there, leaving me with a sub n equals 5n, and that is your final equation. So that's going to wrap up your notes on arithmetic sequence. Go through the practice problems. Make sure you can do the problems both ways, whether you're given your a sub 1 term or not. You should be able to solve these, and then prepare for your quiz.